Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I got day 4 of Guild Wars, the Divine Guild Wars. In a top 25 guild, gonna face off against a top 20 guild. So yeah, we haven't been doing super great lately as far as like winning, but it is maybe, I don't know. I've been going for Paragon. I should probably quit doing that. But yeah, this will be my third Paragon in a row. It's kind of hard not to. It's like one of them conundrums. Like, do you go for Paragon? Do you go for sets? You try to do both at the same time? I don't know, man. It's hard once you win a couple of them and you want to keep it. You kind of want to just keep going for the most points you can get, but you should be going for sets if you want to win. I don't know. I just don't feel like it would make a difference really if I was getting sets. If I got one set, 1,000 points. If we lose for like less than 1,000 points, then yeah. But yeah, here's my team. It's Takshaka versus Takshaka, Wanda Stars, Takshaka, Elementalist, Double Blue Banner. I do face off against another YouTuber in this one, which I thought was pretty interesting. I guess they're in Death Dealers, so that'll be the finale, the last matchup. They're defending the palace. I didn't know that was going to happen before I fired up. I was just playing today. Like, I wasn't even expecting to make this video. The audio is muted because I was just sitting here, I gotta do my Guild Wars. So I started doing my Guild Wars. I was listening to like a live stream or a podcast or something, and I always forget to mute my mic on my controller. Like on PS5, it's like automatically recording for some reason whenever you're playing, like your mic audio, so you have to like turn it off. You have to like think about it before you do it. I didn't know I was gonna. Yeah, it's cool like on PlayStation where you can play, something happens, and then you can record like what happened previous instead of having to think about it beforehand, record, and then hope something happens. Like you can hit a button and record the previous 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, which is nice because if something happens, boom, you hit the button and it was recording the whole time. But it also gets your mic audio in there unless you think ahead to turn off the mic audio, which I should have done, but I wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, we're down by like 2,000. We're down by like 1,500 right here up against the Death Dealers. I just did the gate. The gate's always easy. What can I offer for tips here? Always go for sets if you can, but it's like I didn't, so I don't know, man. If you have a chance to get Paragon, I hate that that's a thing. Because lately for me, it's been like, I want to go for Paragon. I want to be the best in my guild. I want to get the most points in my guild. It's so enticing to keep winning Paragon and showing that I'm the best in the guild. But also I want to win the day. So I don't know. But is it really like, couldn't other people do a little bit more, get a little more points? Why does it have to be up to me to get like sets and Paragon? Like, I feel like if you're the Paragon, you shouldn't be expected to get all the sets too. I scored the most points in the guild. I'm just making a case for it. I think it's an interesting conversation. You guys put your thoughts in the comments. Should the Paragon have to go for sets, or should that be up to everybody else? Since they're not the Paragon. The Paragon's scoring the most points in the guild, so you can't like ask more of them. They just scored the most in the entire guild. So what, you want them to also get sets? That's kind of selfish. But also it's selfish of the Paragon not to go for sets. So, and would they have gotten Paragon if they didn't go for sets? And are other people going for sets and that's why they didn't get Paragon? I don't know. Not sure, but I don't think anybody's going to be like, "Oh, you suck for scoring the most points in the entire guild." So, I think I did anyway. I'll show you at the end here. We got a Persistence, Wolfgarrick, and Sister Broder. I think that was Rope Dart maybe on the bottom. This is our first real fight, I think. With the Takshaka Wanda Stars, Takshaka, you're hoping to get a pretty quick start off of Takshaka's third trait. We're using Elementalist, so we don't have any kind of 50% start. I am using one Anu and two Orpheus. I feel like that was like the best combination of metals I could do in case I get entangled or frozen or something like that. But yeah, you're hoping that your 3 Takshakas with the third trait like does something, gives you some sort of mana, and then do you have an extra turn or not at the start of the fight? If you do, that's great. You take it, you do some Elementalist third trait to them, maybe you get up your Takshaka, and then you pretty much win. If you don't have an extra turn, you still pretty much are fine, because the enemy gets like one turn, and then you just get your Takshaka up, cast it, boom, cast it, boom. It's one of the easiest Guild Wars we've had. Takshaka is just so strong in like Guild Wars situations. It's good for a lot of stuff now. I've been thinking about just using it, like this team, going forward just for other things, because it's so fast and strong. Like I'm killing a Guild Wars top 20, team in like 2 turns quickly, 3 turns max. So it's really strong. Definitely not the fastest in the game. Chrysanthrax, triple, double Caffrey with Miraji Queen or something's probably the fastest in the game. But man, Takshaka, one of the best troops in the game for sure. All right, so we won that last fight. We got this. Here's the third fight. What do they got? Mountain Crusher, some Immortal, Sir Gawain. Kind of a weird combo. Really can't blame. When somebody does a defensive team, you can't really like scrutinize it too much. I feel like some people just set a team. They don't really think like, oh, I have to win. I have to set like the best team I can when they do a defend, because like would you rather have somebody set a defend or not set a defend? So I'm just all I hope for is that they set something. So when you're going into a fight against somebody, you can't really be like, hey, why'd they do that? That's weird. I've never seen that before. It's like, well, they probably just set their defend and didn't really think too much about it. They might have thought a little bit about it. They have to do a weird restriction sometimes, like maybe the barracks was open and every single other one was defended, so they go to the barracks, they don't even know what they're going to do, so they just do their best. Here we have the Onyx Giant, Osha's Tome, Balder, which is an actual team for real. Whenever you use Balder, you want to use all blue, and that's what they did. Remember with the Elementalist, you want to switch back and forth between Rock Solid and Deluge. If the enemy's doing any kind of like spell damage to all, then you're going to want to do Deluge. If they're not, you're going to want to do Rock Solid. Other things I set, Thunder Fist, so Snap Freeze, Insulated, Thunder Fist, Storm Aura, that was like, I don't know, put more brown on the board while I'm putting green and blue on the board, and then you cast the Wand of Stars, and that's exactly what the first choice does. So Wand of Stars goes really good with Takshaka here, because Takshaka, when it shoots and almost kills an enemy or one-shots an enemy and hits another enemy, it also puts a bunch of blue and green on the board, and the Elemental Star is blue, green, red, and brown. So we're dropping brown from the sky, we're throwing green and blue on the board, and then the Elemental Star is doing all 3 of those colors. So a lot of the time your Wand of Stars is going to line up and at least give you a bunch of mana, but hopefully give you an extra turn. And then it blesses, so if you get frozen or entangled or anything like that, it's going to clear that for you. So team was really good for me all week. I went, I'm not going to tell you exactly because I want you to watch the last fight against the other YouTuber, which shout out to them. This is no shade or anything. I just thought it was interesting for you guys to watch, to see one YouTuber versus another. I'll keep it real. I'm not going to be, saying anything too crazy, so don't worry. But I just thought it was interesting for you guys to watch, Sinnycool face off against another YouTuber. And it'll happen right here at the Palace. I'm 4-0. I'm 19-0 so far this week. And look who we're facing. Shout out to them. Shout out to Chris Purpose. Thought that was pretty cool. Pretty interesting. So, facing off against another YouTuber here. I guess he's in Death Dealers. I didn't know that. I don't watch too much other Gems of War YouTube these days. If I do, it's tacit, like once a week maybe. Because I do so much myself. It's not like I want to go watch more of it. I talk way too much. I just talked about it for 6.5 hours yesterday, which thank you so much for the chatathon. That was amazing. But here we go. Chris Purpose versus Sinnycool. Sinnycool with the triple Takshaka Wand of Stars. Chris Purpose with the, I think it's Osha's Tome, Maelstrom Dagonath, some Immortal, and then Zarg Boompile. I don't know, it is what it is. But these Takshakas are going to gonna do some work here. Got him frozen and entangled, and then frozen. He's frozen on pretty much every color there, and entangled in his first slot. I'm perfectly healthy. Boom, hit him with the Takshaka, knock his hero down to 47. Back up again. Boom, kill his hero and his Zarg. He's down to just a Maelstrom Dagonath and an Immortal. I got the Wand. I think at the very start of the battle, I casted the second option of the Wand because I did that in one of the fights because there was a ton of purple and yellow on the board. So you have like a ton of purple and yellow on the board, you might want to cast the second option. But most of the time, you're going to cast that first option. But boom, killed him, won. Let's call it like it is, though. He's on defense. Defense is way harder. You're not really expecting to win on defense. I just wanted to show that I did really awesome and won in like 2 or 3 turns there, like you should. Defending the palace, good job. You know, they're probably gonna win. Their guild is probably gonna beat our guild, but I win the battle. They win the war. I'm doing all I can do, y'all, pretty much, except for getting sets. But like I said earlier, put that in the comments. Like, how do you guys feel about that? You think every single person in the guild going for sets? You think probably not. Should the person that scores the most points in the guild, getting the highest score, the most points in the guild, should they be expected to also go get sets? You want them to do everything? I don't know. Just a conversation. I think it's. I think I should. Like ideally, I'd go for a set. It's kind of like ideally, if you find $1,200 on the ground and you pick it up, you would turn it into the establishment and say, "Hey, somebody dropped their $1,200." But you know, most of us are gonna pick it up and put it in our pocket and say it's a gift from God. So I don't know. It's one of them things. I wanted to get Paragon. I was having fun, like, you know, battling it out with the second place and third place, and I wanted to win. I wanted to get Paragon. I can't help it. It is what it is. So yeah, I wasn't going super hard for sets, but I think I did. Like, if you, I don't know if I put out all 3 or all 4 days, but if you just watch my live stream from Friday, I get a set and I get Paragon. So not like I didn't get any sets. I got some sets. On like probably Friday and Saturday, I think I got sets, but on Thursday and Sunday, I didn't. I think that's a good compromise, right? I went for sets half the time, and I got Paragon, and I scored the highest in the entire guild. So, you know, if somebody wants to come at me sideways about not going for sets every single time, well, you know, scoring the highest in the guild, getting the most points in the entire guild is helping the guild one way or the other. And on half the days, I went for the sets. So I did my best. You know, I really wanted to get the Paragon, so I did my best while still trying to get the Paragon. Just showing here that I think I did get it again for a 3rd time. We've had 4 chances at this, and I've won it 3 times now. I scored 5,597, and second place there is 5,591. And I don't think anybody else was super close. So, yeah, I think I got it. YouTuber versus YouTuber. Sinnycool is the winner. The god of Gems of War. The best teams on the internet. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.